Okay, so we're going to graph this f of x is equal to x minus 2. And what I want to show you for this square root of x minus 2. So here we're on the Wolfram board, or the Wyzant board here, but we're going to switch off. So we're going to graph that. And what I want to show you is, first thing, it's always good to open up a grapher. If you have a MacBook, this is built into your computer. If you don't have a MacBook, there's free ones online. And the good thing to do is to type it in segments. So if you're learning how to graph for the first time, there's a lot of rules to graphing. Phase shifts and things are moving and everything. So you want to be attentive to that. So we're going to have the square root of x minus 2. And before I plug that in, what I want to do is just explain in the board here of how to do this. And so let me get this picture. Okay, so there's common graphs that you're going to work with throughout mathematics. Square root of x, x squared, x cubed, things like that. So this particular function here is y is equal to the square root of x. And then we subtract 2 from it, okay? So when we subtract 2 from it, then the graph is going to transform with a shift. So if I have y is equal to the square root of x minus 2, this here is going to move it up or down. So since it's minus 2, it's going to simply go down -2. Now there's a bunch of rules in the algebra book that is probably very confusing the way they wrote it because it's the first time you're doing this, but you'll need to know those rules. But in a nutshell, in this case, if we're subtracting 2 from the function, this is the function. If we're subtracting, we move down. If we're adding, we move up. So this graph here is just going to go down 2 units like so. And then you can find out where it crosses here by setting this equal to 0. And if you set this equal to 0, you're going to get -2, +2, +2. You're going to get y plus 2 is equal to the square root of x. And then you take the square of each side squared, and then you get x is equal to y plus 2 squared. And then you let y equal 0 implies x is equal to 4. So then this right here is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that being said, that's how you graph it like that. Now I did want to point out, if you have, say, y is equal to the square root of x plus or minus 2, then this is going to shift it to the left or right. So if it's minus, it's going to go to the right. If it's plus, it's going to go to the left. So a lot of people think, you think it's minus, it goes to the left, but the formula makes more sense that the way it works if you first understand, but your intuition is like minus must go to the left, but it goes to the right. So let me show you that again on the graph real quick here. So if I go -2, you see it was shifted down just like we had there. And then, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add +2 in here, and it's going to bounce to the left. See? And then I'm going to make it -2, and it will bounce to the right. Oops. X minus 2. See? So best way to practice these is to just get a grapher open. You have them on your cell phone, on your iPad, or your computer. They're free everywhere. Find one and just plug things in. It'll make your life a ton easier as you progress through these courses in college. And also make sure you understand how to relate them to the actual formulae, because in the test, you're not going to have a calculator to use. So you need to know if it's plus, minus, minus, plus, where it's at in the equation, how to solve the equation, and how to relate it to the formula. Okay? Hope that helps. Thanks.